Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
And I feel like it's been like a long time.
It's been about 2 weeks. And by about, I mean it's been exactly 2 weeks.
Our last podcast, somehow we fucked up the video, so we never really got to release the video side of it.
Unfortunately, did not get to see our faces, but
yeah,
you did get to hear our lovely voices.
You got to hear our, I guess we got really sexy voices, according to someone, I'm guessing. Not to our wives, but someone.
Have you heard something?
No.
Okay.
I always wondered,
Yeah.
I think I actually asked Alicia this because girls can have like a sexy voice, but can men have sexy
I know
voices?
that they can, because I was doing an impression when I was in high school of what's his name?
William Shakespeare.
Yeah, that was the one. Anthony Hopkins doing Dr. Lecter, Hannibal Lecter.
Clarice.
And I thought I was being creepy, and this girl's like, that's a sexy voice. I was like, oh, well, my normal voice sucks. So that's good to know. I guess I should just talk like Hannibal Lecter all the time.
Like you're going to eat me.
Yeah. And now I'm not going to do it, because then it's going to be like, well, even that's not
You
sexy
taste like... Well, I don't want to... I don't.
Taste like he's Australian.
You taste like spinach.
You taste like chicken. Dr. Lecter, the poor one.
He's
a butcher. Yeah.
I don't know why that's my favorite English accent.
The poor guy one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one.
I think we talked about this last podcast, or I told Jews. I was watching Jews. I told Jews about it.
Yeah.
I was
You're
watching,
looking at my hairdo, eh?
Yeah. And then you got the Godfather shirt on.
That's true.
No, I was listening to it was like this Lad Bible. It's a YouTube videos and stuff. But
I have seen many of them. I don't know what Lad Bible means.
I don't either. I don't know if it's the company or whatever. But they had like James McAvoy. And for some reason, I always thought this fool was English. Right?
Sort of is.
Probably because of X-Men.
Yeah.
But he's so Scottish.
A British accent or an American accent.
I didn't know he was super Scottish.
Yeah.
Like, he has a thick Scottish accent, actually.
Yeah, it's hard to do a Scottish accent like that.
Like, him and Russell... Not
English
Russell Crowe. Him and... Who's the guy on 300?
Oh, yes. Gerard.
They're both... I can see... They're both Scottish, so they both have that thick accent.
What's his first name?
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah. Harold.
I got his first name, not his last name.
His name's Garland Butler.
Yeah.
But no, he had a pretty thick voice. I was like... It made me actually pretty impressed by how, like... Because he's a good actor already.
Yeah,
but
right.
then to know, I was like, God, this whole time I didn't know he was fucking Scottish.
Yeah.
I've seen so many of his fucking movies.
That movie, that... evil, no evil, say no evil, speak no evil, whatever that movie was. Very good.
That was good.
That was a good movie. He did well in it.
I know.
He's a creepy guy when he wants to be.
No, so yeah, last week we were in Spokane for what they call Bloomsday. That's why.
That's something I can talk about too. What happened before we were in Spokane?
Oh, what happened?
Ellie got pounded in the face.
Look at us just coming up. See, so when we do this podcast, we kind of talk about what we're going to do, but sometimes we just kind of wing it.
Yeah,
most
typically
of the time,
it's
actually.
just like today I came in and like, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, but here it is. My son got smashed in the face with a baseball.
He did.
We were supposed to leave right out of town from his baseball game and head over to Spokane, 2-hour drive. We were ready to go. My mom was ready to take him from the game. Well, my parents are ready to take him from the game. 5 minutes left to go. There's quite the pitcher. He's got a strong arm. He's flinging him in there like crazy. A little wonky in where they go, but he had some power behind him. Elliot took it right to the face. I mean, it was like crunch. You could hear it.
Getting hit with the baseball sucks.
It was awful.
His face looked pretty...
It was gnarly.
Yeah.
And the pictures really did not look as bad as it actually looked. So when it first happened, we kind of ran out there, and the coach thought it broke his nose. And they got him ice right away. And I was just like freaked out. He's like, I think my braces are broken. And I'm like, I feel really bad for you. And as a shithole dad, I'm tallying the money in my head. Like,
I mean, that's like...
New braces, broken bones, facial reconstruction surgery. I'm like, well, I guess we're just gonna be broke from now on.
You're just like stressed to the max.
I'm just like,
he's got to get a new face.
At that part, you're just like, well, I guess is what it is. So yeah, we went to the ER and they took some X-rays. They thought it had broken his bone above his mouth.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't. So an X-ray later, which probably will still make me destitute.
But I mean, insurance pays for a lot of it.
We hope so.
No, they will.
It'll be good. It'll be good because he is not broken and his braces were fine. We lucked out so big. Like where it hit him, it looked way worse than it really was.
But even like with braces,
yeah,
to fix that stuff, it's usually pretty. It's not too bad.
Not as much as getting them on in the first place.
Oh yeah, no, because I mean, when I had braces, I was eating like tortilla chips. And one of them busted off the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they had to re-glue it. But I don't know how much. I don't know how much it was.
Well, I mean, braces are.
It used to actually be covered by insurance. I think at one point.
Not anymore, I'm sure.
Yeah, because my mom had state insurance for the kids, and so it covered. I think back then. I don't remember, but yeah, getting hit in the face with a ball would suck.
He was definitely not wanting to hit again for a little bit, but we got him out there today. He was a little pissy.
Yeah.
They stayed up a little late, I think. He was on the cranky side, but he did all right. He was terrified he was going to have to pitch, and he didn't. So
I think he would have done good pitching.
He'll probably be fine if he goes out there and does it.
So, like, for softball, that's one thing I won't do.
Mm-hmm. Pitch.
I won't. They won't let me play infield either, but pitch, I
Why?
Because I'm left-handed. So typically, you're going to see most your infielders, except for first baseman, is going to be right-handed
because of the way the ball is going to be coming in.
Yeah. So when you scoop it, you're just throwing there because like a lot of times lefties will have to like kind of like spin. So they always make plays look super sexy. We'll get it. Yeah. We'll do a little 360 and throw it in there, or you have to like.
But they don't want that on the infield.
I think that's usually because you don't see a lot of left-handed infielders.
I got you. All right,
fucking leftists.
Yeah, they're rightists. The righties. You're right, leftists because they're
then there's the left
against
left.
The left. Yeah.
But first basemen a lot of time are actually you get a lot of lefties playing first base because
it's the opposite.
Yeah,
they can catch and
the way they can just have their hand out. So you have your hand out here. So I don't know. But yeah, JJ's team, they played today too, and they beat that team at Hurt Elliott.
That's awesome. Yeah, good. That team. No. I
asked Matt when I dropped JJ off, I was like, Matt, what number was it? I'll let my guys know.
Yeah.
Beat him.
Yeah, Elliott kept making little jokes. He's like, at first he's like, I know he didn't do it on purpose. And that's just the game. Sometimes things happen. And he goes, what if he did do it on purpose? And then next time, I hit him with the bat. It looks like saying that kind of stuff. Like, well, he didn't do it on purpose. So let's not talk about that. He's like, I know. I'm just saying, what if? So
sometimes in baseball, at least you see this in the pro level, and probably, I'm guessing, college and some other levels of baseball, but whatever. So sometimes if the pitcher hits a player, the next inning, the pitcher of the opposing team will hit one of the other players, as a payback, especially if they think it was a purposeful hit.
That's very adult of them.
Right? They'll do it. So a lot of times
I have seen that happen.
Well, a lot of times you'll see the ump warn.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to see any of this shit.
Don't. Because now they'll get fucking tossed.
Sure. That makes sense because, we're not out there to beat each other to death. Yeah. We're there to play a solid game, folks.
Yeah.
Although I will say, in little leagues,
some of those games are intense,
by a ball is pretty commonplace.
Dude, there was a kid on that Bedrock team that we played today that was throwing some heat.
Yeah.
He was I think the starting pitcher for them today. I don't remember.
I would imagine if you can throw heat, you're going to be the starting pitcher.
He threw it pretty hard. I was like, damn, this guy's throwing fucking hard. What the fuck? Our boys, though, man, they were up until because it ended up getting time called because it went all the way to the bottom of the sixth.
Nice.
We were a away team, but I think at one point it was. So we went into the sixth, right? Yeah, we went into the sixth. We were down 7 to 6.
Oh.
And the whole game we were up almost the whole time, right?
Yeah.
But then the fifth inning, we kind of had that was, you always have that one meltdown inning. That just happened to be ours. They got 4 runs, whatever. But then we came on the 7th or in the 6th inning and scored like, I forget how many runs. We ended up winning 15 to like 8 or something like that. But yeah, the boys came out. They were fucking. It was like some of those games get good. You're like, oh shit! But they kept scoring. Our boys kept scoring. We're like, okay.
It's fun when that starts to happen.
And we got little guys on our team.
They're so funny when they start to get excited too. Like they all start running out of the whatever.
The dugout.
There you go, dugout. And they're all like high fiving and jumping all over each other.
So we have this guy on our team, and he's probably one of the better players. He's probably the best player on our team. His name's Jack. The little dude. He's one that was when the boys were doing the tryouts. There was that little Mexican boy.
Yeah.
He's on our team.
He was a good little guy.
Yeah, dude. So he pitched at the end, but like he had an in the park home run. But it's so funny because he gets so like
amped up.
Oh, he's like, oh, whoa! You know, he gets like he'll come up and then he's always like very. So, like, the coach went out to the pitching mound to talk to the pitcher, like, during that meltdown inning. And here he comes because he's playing catcher. Just like in the pros, he came out, to go talk with the thing, or he'll cover his mouth. You know,
they do exactly what they see.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's so funny. My nephew today.
That's what they do. I
think you were talking to Matt. Funny. Matt told you. He had an armband on each arm, like a blue and a yellow armband, because that's their team colors.
Yeah.
And he wore both of his necklaces. So he had a gold chain and a silver chain on. And I'm really proud of him because he's a very quiet kid. He's a very shy
Harper's
kid.
very quiet.
But he's out there, plays on first, two outs or whatever. He's screaming to everybody. It's not him. It's not like him. So he's really into it.
Well,
and
no,
he's got
pretty
those
good.
like shiny sunglasses on. He looks the part, man. And then there's Elliot out there like, fuck.
That's JJ.
I love Elliot.
JJ looks bored.
Yeah.
We found out the coaches love JJ.
That's good. Well, he listens. He's a good boy.
And I always just told JJ, but it doesn't matter if you're the best player on the team. If you're coachable, and this is for any kid that plays any level of sports.
Yeah.
If you're a coachable kid, you listen to your coach. Your coach is that's where your coach is gonna go to someone like that.
Yeah.
That and I think that shows leadership in a sense to those other kids.
Yeah.
Because you're leading by example.
Absolutely.
So like one day during practice, the coaches called JJ out. Hey, Jesse, he gets to count us out, you know, because at the end of practice, they'll be like, all right, Ferguson on 3.
Yeah.
JJ got to do that.
Nice.
Right? And they're like, he listened. We never have to tell him shit, you know.
Nice,
like
yeah.
JJ, he's just quiet. He's like Harper. He's just a quiet kid.
I appreciate that your coaches just cuss the kids. That's a great strategy.
You little shits. But no, so we went to Bloomsday. Going back to last week.
After Elliot gets pounded in the face, now we're back to last Saturday, and boom, we're in Bloomsday.
Yeah, so in every year in Spokane they have this. It's like a 12K race.
Yeah,
and we're talking 30,000 people.
It's a lot of people.
I want to say it was 30,000 this year.
It's a big deal,
and so it's like this huge race.
It's a qualifying race for the Boston Marathon.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if I qualified.
You probably did.
I don't know, but you gotta like.
Pretty good. I'll bet you did.
But like it was. I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah,
It's such a cool race. It's just cool because there's a lot of people. We as a group, it was like me and Alicia, Tom, Blanca, then our friend Brooke and David, and then their friends Renee and Pat.
Yep.
And so it was all of us. We all went, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
Like we did an Airbnb, and me and Alicia went to the convention center, kind of like shopped around. We found some shoes.
Yeah, we were
pretty
going
cheap, to be honest.
do that, but we decided to go to the ER instead, and then we drove to Spokane.
And it's funny because we were originally going to go to JJ's game, and we let him miss his game, which he was like, okay with.
Yeah, you guys were going to be like probably the last ones there.
We would have been showing up when you guys showed up.
Yeah. So anyway, we got there about dinner time.
You guys got there when we got there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
To the house.
Yeah,
you showed up literally within a minute or two.
That's right. Because you guys were still out the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went and ate some good food, carved up for the next day.
Good food.
Not
It
your
was
favorite?
alright. It was
My food
alright.
is pretty good. but I got
My pizza was
Italian
good.
food, so-
I got pizza.
Yeah.
And the pizza was good.
Good.
I'm not gonna, at least you got a burger from that place.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty trash.
Was
It
not
was like
good?
super dry. Like you don't make a burger dry. How do you fuck a burger up?
We went to, I think it was a place you talked about. What the hell was it called? It's out in Richland. We went to a burger place that I hadn't heard of before.
What's the place I talked about?
I think you mentioned it before.
It was in Richland?
Yeah, it's like in the parking lot of the Richland Walmart.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
It's like a Hawaiian joint.
No. Well, no. Well, it's from Santa Barbara.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
Grilled
about?
something.
Yeah, charred
Charbroiled or
charred
something.
grilled
Yeah.
burgers.
I've been
Something
there
like
once.
that.
It was good.
Anyway, pretty good. I liked my pasta. I got ziti or something. It was good.
Yeah, you got baked ziti.
Of course I did.
You got a carb load before you go on a fucking run. You know what I'm saying?
You do got a carb load.
So,
Dude, the run was fun, though.
It was pretty cool. I ran the first part, walked the middle part, and ran the end part. So I got like 4 miles in.
I ran the whole thing.
But I can't get my fucking hip to feel like I'm not 80 years old now. So I
Dude.
need to figure that out.
So I've been thinking my knee's been bugging me on my left leg because I've been running a lot.
Yeah.
And then Alicia mentioned Blanca had an issue where she thought it was her knee, but it turned out to be her hip or something.
Yes.
I think that's
A
the
hip
same
flexor, I think.
thing. I think
it
that's the
was.
same thing I'm having.
Yeah.
Because then I can
be.
feel it go up the side of my leg.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I got something like that going on
But
because
during that race, never felt
Nothing.
it. And that race, I felt. So I did the Cable Bridge run, which is a 10K, so it's about a little over 6 miles. To me, that was very hard. I know it was a little colder,
sure,
but-
that can make it harder. But
it still felt harder in the sense that like it wasn't hard on my lungs,
Yeah.
but it was hard on my legs. Like it felt more difficult to
it's
run.
so weird how some days are like that though.
know what I
You know
mean?
how there are days where it's just like you go and it's like easy.
Yeah.
Like your body kicks in and you're like, well, I'm just kind of in the zone. And then some days it's like, oh Jesus Christ, when's this going to be over?
Dude.
You know?
So we did the run, and I felt it's a little over it's 7.5 miles. I did it in an hour. It felt great. I felt great afterwards. I was like, damn, I could have probably ran that faster if there wasn't 30,000 people in front of me.
That was the annoying part. We were we were the second to the last. Like,
Never-
I am not even kidding. We were in front of people in wheelchairs. And
Yeah, for sure.
Like there were strollers ahead of us.
Yeah, we had blind people in front of us.
Yeah. And the bobbing and weaving, that wore me out, I think, more than even just running. Because half the time I had to jump up into grass and stuff.
Yeah.
And run through the
Yep.
stuff that was like not flat.
I was just like,
And I don't run like this guy does. I'm happy if I did. Like, I used to do a 4 mile loop. That was like my normal thing, was a 4 mile loop. And I was very happy with that. I ran Bloomsday, so I'd like to get to the point where I can run all of Bloomsday.
I think you can.
But I'm not worried about getting super fast or anything like that.
Yeah.
But man, starting that far back, we were bobbing and weaving through at least 2 hours worth of people, you know? I mean, there are people
That's true.
You know, when you think about it, there was like 8 groups ahead of us that weren't runners.
Dude, there was a point like so the very beginning, the first mile or two was probably for me the hardest, and not the sense because of like the running where I was like tired, because I was surprised that like right away all of a sudden you're hitting hills, and I was just like,
Yeah.
whoa, like this is crazy.
I knew there was one hill, a hill.
I didn't know there was a lot of hills.
Well, and I totally didn't remember it right because I was like, you
Tom's
go
a
over this
liar.
one bridge and you didn't. I think there's like kind of a bridge
You-
we might have gone over. It was like an overpass.
Dude, I thought we were gonna go over the bridge.
I
and smoke
thought
it.
so too. And then I'm like, wait a minute. And then the one that we came over at the end was the bridge I was thinking. I don't know why I was so off in my head, but it has been 15
Well,
years.
I mean, how long? Yeah, it's been.
It's
a
been
long.
15 years, so I forgive myself.
So I ran. I'm running, and I'm just like, oh shit, like just running past all them people for the first. It was probably a good 2 miles. Was
Yeah.
probably the harder part because
Right.
there was a point there where I had to like. I kind of had to go to a slow, like almost walk because there were so many people.
That's what got me.
And then I started noticing, I'm like, okay, why is everyone stopped? Then I would look ahead. I started looking ahead. I'm like, oh, it's a water station. Everyone's stopping to get water. And I'm like, let me go around.
They're all dying after a mile.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
I'm like, nah, let's keep going.
I know.
I think mile six or 7 is when I grabbed some water.
You know what? That I didn't do at all.
Because my mouth was dry, and so when I run, and there's like water stations. What I do is I'll maybe take a half sip. But most of the time, I'll put the water in my mouth. I'll swish my mouth out, and I'll spit it out, and then if I have a little more water, I'll do that again, or I'll just throw it away, and then I'm good. But it was cool, man. There's a little, like, because there's a point where you're going through, like, the residential area.
Oh, there's, like, a ton of houses.
You're going through, like, I want to say a fraternity area
there
at one point.
I don't know who the hell they're through.
But I was, like, high-fiving little kids and shit.
Yeah. That was nice of you. I did not. I think I high-fived one kid.
You know, there was a kid so there was these 2 little kids. I high-fived one, and then I missed the second one.
Oh, but they knew you tried.
And then I almost wanted to go back, and then I was like, nah,
bad move.
Fuck you, kid.
Bad move.
Fuck you, kid. I gotta.
There was like 300 bands along the way. That was really cool. I had my earbuds in, so I couldn't hear them.
Don't even know what they sound like. But yeah, you're right, though.
All these guys are out. These gals are playing their music, their instruments. That was really cool.
The funny part is you could vote the best band, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you go to your email,
I have no idea,
because it has pictures and stuff. Like if you go to your email, it's like vote for this band, and I'm thinking, I really don't.
I'll Russian roulette.
The only thing I'm going to go off of is the name of the band. If the band's cool sounding, you got my vote.
Yeah. Who was the bluegrass? There were some guys with like banjos and stuff. I'll give them.
Like you look old and racist. And,
That's right up my alley.
But no, it
was cool. You know, and I've been watching so much The Last really of Us right now.
I love that.
So it was pretty neat. There's that point where like I think you go on like part of like a wasn't there a piece where you're like on like an on-ramp to something?
On the race?
Yeah.
Probably.
Or they had like an on-ramp blocked off or something, so it was like super empty. I don't know what it was, but
it reminds you of
there were pieces of it where I'm like, man,
this zombie's gonna get me.
This kind of feels like the show.
A bloater's gonna come get me.
And then I can't keep running. I'm like, well, I guess I'm one of the fuckers who dies because I'm like, I'm gonna be like Joel.
Did you ever play the game?
Oh yeah, I played number 1. I've never played number 2.
Oh, bro, you gotta play number 2.
Yeah,
you gotta play number 2.
I would suggest. I think I finished all of 1. We're just started season 2.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
How far in are you?
We're a couple episodes. They're Joel. So spoilers.
Big time. If you haven't watched Last of 2,
yeah, stop right now. Yeah, don't listen.
Like how far? Because me and Alicia,
we are 23 minutes in. Stop listening.
So are you past episode 2?
We are, I believe, because Ellie's now. Well, I don't know. Maybe we just started season 2 because Ellie. It's like 5 years later.
Yeah, right? Which is how the game is.
But they're in Joel's brother's compound.
Yep.
Right.
Which was what are they?
And they just were like trying to fix the pipe.
Okay.
And something's alive in the pipe.
It looks like at the end of the episode. I think that's where we left off.
Oh, okay, that's like the first episode.
Yeah, so I think we're only 1 in.
Okay.
Yeah. So do they end up at this western place in the game? You're not going to ruin it.
I forgot.
For me. I don't know even. What was
so in the game you end up in Seattle actually.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you go back and forth, but like I think you're mainly in Seattle.
It sounds like that's where the show's going because they keep mentioning a group in Seattle. But
yeah,
the Fireflies are kind of little assholes.
So you end up going to Seattle, right?
Yeah. Like I say, yeah. I don't know.
But
yes,
I really
believe you.
The second game. So the cool thing about this show, for those of you that have never played the game, they stick pretty close to how the game is to a point. But the thing about the show is the creator of the game is very heavily involved into the show. So anything that's changed in the show that wasn't in the game is because he approves it, right?
And is it basically like the idea is like filling in the gaps that would have existed in the game, kind of?
Sort of, but a lot of the stuff, like if you look side by side, like gameplay and the show, like in season 1, there's a point where in the beginning, spoiler, Joel has a daughter, right?
This whole thing's a spoiler.
It's a short. Anyway, something happens to her, but there's a point where he's driving with his brother, and they're passing these signs or whatever. Because this is in the beginning, and then if you go to the game, it's very, very close.
Similar.
Yeah. So, but like, there's certain things like they changed the way
camera work that they did was very similar.
They changed the way, kind of like I think the way it happens and the way some of the creatures look. But
sure.
But like in season 2, you get introduced to some of the other creatures, and I was like,
the witchy kind of one.
I was telling JJ, I was like, oh, that's a stalker. He's like, what? I go, it's a stalker. He goes, what's that? I was like, they're kind of like, they'll follow you, but they're also very scared, but they're like, they call them stalkers is what they're called.
And now is that so in season 1, again, spoilers, this is your fault for sure now if you're listening.
Spoilers.
She falls to the floor of this building, right?
In season 1?
Season 2, first episode.
Yeah.
She's laying on the ground. Ugh.
That's a stalker.
Oh, scary bitch. I thought she was a witch.
No, they call them stalkers.
This is the thing, is like I used to play the shit out of that one game that was really popular like 20 years ago.
What game?
There was a zombie game. I don't know, zombie.
Left 4 Dead or which one?
Maybe it was Left 4 Dead.
Were they in a mall?
No.
Oh, okay. There's the one where they're in a mall. And
you can choose between 4 characters.
Oh, okay.
Right? There's like Coach. There's like a suit guy. There's some girl. And there's somebody else. Oh, like a hillbilly kind of guy. Right? Your typical foursome in one of those one of those types of entertainment. And you choose them and you go through like Louisiana, I think. You're like in the bayou. Okay. I played the crap out of that game. It was a lot of fun. But I always forget what the monsters are in that one versus this show.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking up the game. Sorry, guys. I'm listening, though.
In that game, there was this witch, and she was like this skinny witch, and you hear her crying. You'd hear like, and it's like this little girl crying.
Oh.
Like, what's this? Oh, what?
And then all of a sudden, she'd go, Rah! And she'd run at you, and she had these really long fingers and like dark hair over her face. She's creepy as hell. She'd jump on you.
Oh, it's Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, that one. That was a good one. That was a good game.
That is a good game.
But yeah, anyway.
There's in the Days Gone game, it's a zombie game.
No, is that the one where you go to the?
If you're in, it takes place in Oregon. It is hands down to me probably the best zombie game I've played.
Really? Is that the one where there's that wood cutting facility that you're trying to like survive through?
There's a point.
I've seen the gameplay.
There's a sawmill. Yeah,
yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
The wood cutting facility.
There's hordes of zombies in that mill.
Yeah,
that has like
right because I've seen that gameplay.
It's like 500.
But I feel like I would suck at that game.
It's not
because I tried to play that one where you're in the mall and I got my shit rocked.
This one's different because it's a wide open. It's a big world.
Because I hate that when you get stuck.
This one you could run from them, right?
You can be like
sometimes if you don't make it, you're fucked.
You're effed, yeah.
But like this one's a very open world style game. The story is, dude. This is
phenomenal.
So to me, Last of Us is it's zombie, but it's not.
Yeah, because they're not zombies.
It's like a fungus that takes over.
It's a fungus. That's right. Fundamentally different.
Days Gone, it's more zombie-ish.
Yeah.
The story, though, both stories are phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. Days Gone, the thing I love about that is the story is so good and the character acting is very well done. And I'm so sad that they haven't came out with a second one.
Is it still playable?
Oh,
like, is it new enough that it's
dude,
still?
I just beat it like
I may have to get that
a month ago, and they just remastered it for PS5, nice. Right?
Okay.
It's dude,
awesome.
Hands down, it's probably one of my top games. It is so well done. There's a point like I'm watching because in games a lot of times you'll watch cutscenes.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there watching it. And I'm like, something happens, and I was like, hell, like I'm excited, or like there's one where like it kind of like got me a little choked up. Yeah, no, I'm not even joking.
No, for real. Like
there's a character I really like because he has a very good rapport with his best friend in that character in that show in that game.
You thought of me. Thank you.
Yeah, and then I was just like,
oh shucks.
Like stuff happens, and then just I don't know. It's just so well done that I'm just like, this game's old. Mm-hmm. We're talking 5 years or longer.
Yeah, probably more than that.
And it's still such a playable game.
I'm gonna have to play that game,
dude.
Is that the one where you said like you can salvage stuff and like you can like build a motorcycle to ride around on?
You get a motorcycle and then you can like upgrade it and stuff. Yeah.
You tinker
and then you get like better weapons depending on the area you end up in.
Nice.
It's just really cool because it's like Ghost of Tsushima where it's open world and you can do all these things, and it's just such a, I don't know. It's one of those games where I still play it now. Even though I beat it, there's still parts that I can finish. Yeah. And then now that I got the remastered, because I only paid $10 for the remastered version since I already had the other one.
Nice.
I'm like, shit, might as well. So even now, then I'm still playing it.
Nice.
But something about samurai games are still so cool.
Yeah, they have that new samurai one out. The
Assassin's Creed Samurai one.
Yeah,
so good.
I get worried because some of the Assassin's Creeds I thought were going to be really cool weren't as cool as I wanted them to be.
Is this one
pretty cool?
It's cool.
Or do you feel very like?
No, there's some settings that I think need to be changed on this one to make it more. It'll have a better like OG like Assassin's Creed feel.
Yeah.
So like assassination. So when you think of an assassination, you don't think you're going to assassinate someone and they're still going to be alive. Right.
Well, assassinate means that you murder them.
Exactly. Right.
Like
so. I'll come across
non-killing version.
Well, no, there's
so
like obviously you start this game out, you're not as strong as you normally would be.
Okay. Why?
So I'm you have to level
have to level up.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So you're not really a samurai yet.
Yeah. So
you're
like
a novice.
So you play two different characters, and right now I'm playing. She's more of like ninja-y.
No, isn't this the one where they have like the black samurai?
Yeah. So
right?
so you play as him for like a second, real quick, but then they switch, and then you're playing as a girl. And she's badass. Don't get me wrong. She's a badass, but she's more of like ninja style.
Yeah.
Right. She's not a samurai where she doesn't got that cool ass armor.
No, she's throwing the stars and
she's more like
the shadows. And puffing smoke to disappear.
So there's certain levels where you're like, okay, I'm gonna assassinate this person. I'm gonna jump down, and you do this, but like they'll either. Sometimes some of the samurais will like, ha ha, got you, bitch, got you. You ain't that sneaky.
You're a ninja, no samurai.
yeah. You stupid bitch, you ain't gonna get me. And then there's another one.
Rosa.
There's another one where it's like you do it, but it doesn't kill them. Like it takes some of their health off, and then you got to fight.
They're alive.
Yeah. So there's a setting where you can actually like basically it's like when you assassinate, they fucking die. So that's actually a setting you want to put on, and so that's what I did, and so it made the game so much. Yeah, it's easier, but it's also much more realistic and has a better feel.
Yeah.
For me, the controls were a little tough to get used to only because of I'm so used to other games where it's like I'm not using the triggers to do like fighting.
Yes.
This one is more trigger based with your R2,
R1s.
Where you're like
it's like timing and stuff.
Yeah, you can parry and do stuff like that, but it's a good game. Like now that I've kind of changed some things and I'm like getting into it. Like okay, now I'm enjoying the game. I enjoyed the game even before then. But it's a samurai game.
I gotcha.
Who doesn't enjoy that shit?
So I'm looking up as we speak, and I'm listening carefully. But
if you guys are in Washington, or even not in Washington, listen to this. Check out Bloomsday. Tickets are you can sign up back starting in January. It's a phenomenal race.
Tenshu Stealth Assassins. Did you ever play that?
Tenshu's
hard. Was awesome. I loved it.
So hard though.
And I'm thinking of one of the kills that you do. I need to see if there's like a video.
Tenchu's tough. That's an OPS1 game, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's old school, but I loved it. And there's like that fat guy in the beginning that you have to assassinate.
What is it about samurai games that are so cool?
And well,
Or
because
ninja games in
they're
general.
just awesome. Ancient Japan is the coolest freaking place in the entire world.
I agree.
Like, it is really neat. Feudal Japan.
You know what? I love America. I love my country.
I love America.
But there's something about...
I'm not saying America's not awesome with its history.
The thing I love... My favorite part of history for America, for me, to be honest, is Wild West.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like that.
It is pretty cool.
That's probably one of my favorite times.
Yeah.
But my favorite stuff is like Japan, China. Some of that ancient stuff is just something about that just got such rich. I don't know. Something about it is just so cool.
Well,
man.
so the whole honor aspect, and I think that's what I love about the mafia thing so much. Is like I know in like the real
mafia is another U.S. thing I like.
Yeah.
Don't
the
get me wrong.
fucking mafia. Come
Yeah, that's dope.
I could probably do the
mafia
biker
is
gang.
sick.
I don't know if they'd let me in the mob. But no, it's like the idea of honor. I know it's not as realistic these days, but the old school like honor
and the classiness of it, you know.
See, I think that's something like gangs and stuff. They just don't got like,
No,
you know,
I'm a street thug.
Oh,
I'm gonna hit you in the face and spray paint something.
I mean,
Come on, man.
I get gangbanging. You're claiming the set and that, but you know what? There was honor in even OG gang members. Know there was honor in how they represented their clique.
Yeah, right.
Like Bloods, Crips. Back in the 90s, they had like this honor system. They like
there's a code of conduct.
There is, and I think some of that gets lost.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And I don't know, it was just so
and
dope.
Like death for death's sake and all that. You know, like there's the old school mobsters.
So hot right now.
They would say like so like perfect example. Back in the 70s, right?
Oh,
New York City.
Good year.
It was a very good year.
So the 70s, right? You had two different styles.
My daddy's nuts.
Yeah. I was about 10 years away from being born. So you had a Don of a family. You had the Don of Dons, right?
Yeah.
He was the boss of bosses, Paul Castellano. And he was more of a businessman. The way he behaved was very businesslike. And his philosophy was look the part of a stand-up citizen. Don't give them anything.
Well, that's like, what's his name? Sammy the Bull.
Yeah.
When he talks about it,
he's
right?
like,
Yeah, what bullshit. The bullshit he was
because
wearing.
when he talks about like John
I'm in
Gotti.
my bullshit jeans, and this motherfucker wants me to wear a 3-piece suit.
Like John Gotti, yeah.
$5,000 fucking suit. Fucking jerk off.
Yeah, well, that's what you mean, though, right?
But that's it. I mean, but this guy, like, he was a sharp dresser, but he just behaved more like a CEO than he did a gangster, right?
Yeah.
So another gangster around the same time, the 80s, Tommy.
Two Guns.
I'm trying to think of his name. Yeah, fuck. He was another
Tommy Two Shoes.
Big guy in the mob.
I'm trying to think of the name. Now I can't remember it.
Tommy Castellano.
Now I sound like I'm bullshit. Anyway, he was another guy. He was a cool guy. He got indicted on federal charges.
Indicted.
He's indicted, and he comes out of the courtroom with his cigar.
How sick.
And like he just like came out of the courtroom, like lit a cigar. He's like, "Yeah, fuck it, like whatever."
I already know.
You know, he's like, "Hey, don't worry."
So sick.
And he said, "Like, fuck you," you know. It's crazy. I still don't like John Gotti.
I don't like John Gotti
because he ruined the whole thing. And they're probably coming back with a vengeance now.
Well,
but
so after listening to Sammy the Bull's whole podcast thing, I don't know, man. I'm on his side, bro.
Against Gotti?
Oh, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm on Sammy the Bull. Like, I feel like Sammy the Bull was telling the truth.
I do,
on
too.
A lot of
everybody
stuff.
knows it. Like, John Gotti, everybody knows the guy.
Like, when you see stuff on John Gotti, it seems like he's like
pompous.
This, like, awesome mob boss.
Well, they rewrite everything because he's the... Like, this is how stupid... This is the thing about our country that I don't like. We're so fucking dumb that whatever we think should be the truth is just what we do. And actually, like, reading 2 pages of something is too much work to actually see if we are, like, right. So we won't do that. We're just like,
John Gotti. Yeah, he was a cool mob boss.
No, and so
He wasn't cool.
when you listen to, like,
shit. Yeah.
Sammy the Bull's podcast, you're like, he talks about the mob like it's just the way he just loves it. Even to this day, like, he just loves what they're about,
Yeah.
what they stand
And the
for.
reality that it's not what it used to be.
And he's
John
honest
Gotti
about it.
brought the death of the
He was
mafia
like,
for what it was.
You know,
Yeah.
he goes into detail about, what it meant to be in the mob. And there's things you didn't, like the whole Fight Club thing. You don't talk about Fight Club.
First rule of Fight Club, there is no
there's-
Fight Club.
Yeah, and it's the sense, that was the same sense. But, yeah, no, man.
You know, one of my dream days,
Dude, we need to get fucking Sammy the Bull on here. That'd be so
Fuck yeah.
fucking sick. He probably
Sammy.
want money, though, bro.
Sammy, come on.
Sammy, I'll get you like 20,
Look at his
150
face.
bucks, bro. I'm not that rich.
Look at this fucking face. Sammy, come on. We need you back here. Come on, come talk to us.
So if we had him on our podcast,
would I talk gangster to him the entire time?
Yes.
Would I pray to him that he did not want to whack me?
Yes.
he took offense.
I'd
to
be
it.
like Tony Soprano the whole time.
Fucking Sammy the Bull. You had fucking balls on you like nobody can fucking believe.
I know that'd be so
I'd be like,
dope, though.
Jeez, that'd be so cool.
It would be dope.
And they'd be like, you guys are ridiculous. And like,
Tell me about the rampers. I
Yeah.
want to know about the fucking rampers.
well, to switch up gears,
let's switch them up.
obviously last week, like I said, we were pretty busy, and then this
we were
week
running in races.
we were running.
We were qualifying for the Boston Marathon.
that I'll never do.
I was a qualifier. I don't know.
You know
if
what I want to
this.
do?
For the
what I want to
Boston
do?
Marathon.
So there's this guy that goes to Orange Theory. His name's Andy.
Uh-huh.
And this guy is a phenomenal athlete. He was an ex-military dude.
Phenomenal.
He's super cool guy, but he does like Spartan races.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, dude,
That's
he's
cool.
But he's like,
So he's like an actual Spartan. Like he wears the uniform and everything.
yeah.
300. He
Yeah.
kills people with spears. That's
Well,
cool.
he carries the spear in one of the races. He'll carry
Really?
spears. Yeah.
Like, you have to carry a fucking spear to do the race?
Not necessary, not always, but like there's like when you get into
Like
finish
the
line,
weight and shit. Like,
I don't know. It's just something.
no,
they
I get
do.
it. I'm not
It's
making
like-
fun.
So,
I'm saying
so they're like part of the Tough Mudder. Like the Spartan
Group?
races is I think sponsored. Like
Okay.
there's Spartan races, Tough Mudder, but it's the same company.
they're connected. They're like,
Well,
this is
We'll just say it's the same
one
company.
tier and this is another tier.
Yeah, it's same company though, right? Run the things.
I had no idea who that was.
That's
for
cheeky.
about 2 seconds.
You guys need glasses, both of you. And
What? Who are you?
who is this? Who is this?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he does
I
like
get
Spartan, and so where was I going? Anyway, he's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah.
and so he does these races, and like it's cool because he goes to Orange Theory, and so like sometimes I'll get a run with him, and so one of the things I've always wanted to do is a Spartan race.
Yeah.
I've done Tough Mudder,
That's cool.
and there's something in my brain that thinks I can hang with these people.
See, I think you'd be good at that because you have
Like I think I could
That
do it.
thing in
And
your
he
mind
even
that's
goes,
like-
"You should come with us next year," because he did a race with
Bro, I
another
think
guy.
you should. I think you would do very well.
So he did
I
one
think
with a guy, and there's nothing against this guy.
Yeah. But he's a little pussy.
No, this guy
Compared to you, come on,
like
man.
he's a big guy. Like he's
fat.
He's strong.
I get it.
No, he's like strong.
Yeah.
He looks strong, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a stronger runner in the sense.
Sure.
But I think a lot of people underestimate my strength, right? Because
So
I'm small.
yeah.
But I think
Okay.
I'm pretty strong for a small guy. But that's something. But
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think being
But he
and
thinks I could. He goes, "You should join us next time." I'm like, "Don't even tell me that because I will."
I'm gonna
Like that
tell you,
shit.
I
I'm
think
so competitive.
The physics of a smaller like frame, I think, is way better overall than a longer frame. I think
Uh-huh. Depends
a longer
on
frame
what it is, though.
gives you certain advantages in certain areas.
Dude, you guys are a phenomenal rowers.
But
I'm using that word all
My
night.
joints fucking hurt all the time,
No, okay.
and
Smoke.
I feel like I'm breaking down all the fucking time. I don't know. Maybe
That's
it's just a me
age.
thing.
No, that's an age thing. I
hate that.
Dude, I'm
fair.
Tom's 6'4", people, for you guys don't know.
Yeah, I'm a big guy.
Me? I'm 5'8".
Big guy here.
I'm 5'8" with shoes. Right?
I'm 6'5.5" with shoes. It's
six-
a pretty
I'm
big deal.
Without shoes,
No.
I'm 5'7", 5'7.5", somewhere around there.
Hey,
But like
you know what?
I feel like I'm strong, right?
You're
Like,
a big guy. You really are. You're a big guy. I look at you and I go,
Thanks.
no, I do.
Thanks.
I did when I first met
I'm
you.
so big.
The first thing I thought when I saw this fucking guy, I go, this guy's a fucking cop.
You know, you're not the only
I
person.
looked at his build and I go,
This guy's out there on the fucking street.
Dude, there's a girl
He's
that
definitely arresting people.
went to Alicia the other day. Or not the other day. I say the other day, but we're talking about like a year ago.
The other day, 367 days ago.
So we've only been in Orange Theory almost a year, I think,
Okay.
August.
This is an Orange Theory person.
Yeah, she goes, hey, is your husband a cop? She's like,
Why would she ask?
because
Like, what's
I
the
have such,
curiosity?
when I run and stuff, I'm not,
Yeah.
I don't smile. I'm
Who
just running.
smiles when they're running? Who likes to run?
So the other day I'm running and then
Yeah.
I think Mark or someone's like, or does something
Really?
and I laugh and I'm
Yeah.
like, he goes, there you go. Like,
Well,
basically,
yeah, but you're running at like 12. You
I'm
can't
like, bro,
be
like,
too happy when you're
I don't wanna-
actually all out running.
I don't want to be, I'm just running. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm in my zone. I'm
Right.
I'm there.
I don't smile when I'm running,
I don't even,
and I'm barely running.
well, no, just like you said. So Bloomsday, we
Yeah.
run. It felt great. And some days feel better than others.
Some days suck.
So, what was it? Sunday was Bloomsday. Monday came. I didn't go to the gym, obviously. Something Alicia don't know is like late canceled the gym. Oops.
Luckily, they can't hear us.
But luckily, she don't listen to this podcast
Yeah,
either.
our wives, we can say anything we want.
Mark, you hear this? Anyway,
Adrian and I are having quite the illicit affair. It's pretty wild.
Adrian cracks me up, bro.
He's funny.
Like,
That's why I said Adrian. I don't think he would be.
Because I do his classes pretty much during the afternoon at
Yeah.
night, right? And so he's always like, all right, guys, that block's over. Give your neighbor a high five. Or
Yeah.
he'll go, look your neighbor deep in the eyes and give him a kiss. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told me to jerk you off the other day. I almost did it.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I was
say
like, hey,
that. Give me a
I'm so
chance.
tired, though.
Come on, man. Come on.
So much lube.
Adrian said to do this. Come on.
I'm so tired. But, well, I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about.
Oh, important things. We were
probably-
talking about Bloomsday. We're talking about
Bloomsday,
running.
running.
We're talking about seriousness of running. We're talking about people saying that you
seriously.
look like a cop. We're talking
Oh
about
yeah, so this
lots
girl
of stuff.
thought I looked like a cop for some
Yeah.
fucking reason. And
do.
nothing against her. But yeah, I guess I look like a narc.
No,
people.
is that the way she was? Like, is your husband a cop? Because
No, she thought I was a cop, but Alicia laughs like, no, he's not a cop. He's because I always look so serious. And then like we were doing this Catch Me If You Can on Friday.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. So after the race, I don't go Monday because I'm like, fuck, you know what? I'm gonna take a day off too. My legs are kind of sore, whatever.
Yeah.
Tuesday comes and I go to the gym. I'm running and I'm like, oh shit, I feel good.
Nice.
Wednesday comes and I'm like, oh shit, maybe I don't.
Do not feel good.
Oh, Thursday comes, I'm like, I really don't feel good. Friday comes, and so Fridays I usually go with Alicia to the gym.
Uh-huh.
Right, and I was just
Which I passed you Friday morning.
yep,
Yeah.
we did on our way home.
You looked great.
Right.
You're sitting up strong.
Hey, top!
We do the old man wave. Other way. Hey, Jesse!
Hello.
Me!
Hey!
That's my guy right there. I'm going to work. Fuck my life. No, I
I,
actually
I
like my
have
job.
the day off on Fridays. It's,
Yeah, I know he's
Bro.
going home.
Anyway, that's
going
a
to
whole
work.
nother conversation. So Fridays this thing they call Catch Me If You Can. The whole goal of it
Or as
is
I like to say, can you catch me?
catch me. Oh fuck!
Words are so
dude.
interesting that way. You just tweak them, and they don't sound at all.
Oh,
as
catch me
cool.
if you can.
Catch me
Oh.
if you can, motherfucker.
Catch me, please,
Can you catch
daddy.
me?
Hey, daddy, catch me. I called Lisa baby girl earlier today.
Did it work?
No, it doesn't
I hate
work.
that.
I think the reason I'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
But,
let's finish the other thing first. Yeah.
So anyway, we're doing this Catch Me If You Can, and I really forgot that we were doing this fucking thing, and I did not feel like fucking running.
I hate the catch
For
me if you
shit.
can stuff, by the way.
This is the first time I've ever done this.
Okay.
We did it when it was like a 3G, so it's not as long. It's 14 minutes or
Sure.
something like. But anyway, we start running, and Mark goes. Mark knows how to fucking like. He
Yeah.
knows that I'm competitive, so he'll throw shit out there. My PR, 3 point, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck. Now I got something to aim for, right? Which I
Yeah.
love. The thing about Mark is, as much as I might hate that shit, like I love that shit.
He's a
because
good coach.
He's a good
You
coach,
need-
'cause-
that's your motivator.
That's my motivator. I love
Yeah.
that he'll throw that out there because he knows. I think he knows I'm gonna go for it.
yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. Let's do this. And at this time, I really don't feel like running. Mm-hmm. And so I'm running, and then each time they call out, all right, are you at a mile? Because we're at a mile. If you haven't hit this mile, we caught you, right? This is kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. And I already knew I was going to beat it's 2.8 is the max, right?
Okay.
I was done. I was good. But I'm like sitting there running my ass off.
Because you're trying to beat
I'm trying to beat Mark now. Oh, he said 3.5. No, fuck. Or he said 3 point something. No, fuck that. I want it. I'm running. Well, I'm thinking in my head, it's only a 20-minute run, right?
Only a 20-minute run as fast as you can.
Not as fast as you can. It's just the catch where you can. If I ran at 8.6 the whole time, I would have won. Right? I would have not been caught. Is the thing, right? But my goal now is to beat Mark's PR,
which means you have to run how fast?
So now I was at a 10 something.
Fuck you.
So I'm running.
You know, 10 point something would be my all out. That's
my all out's probably a 12. But I'm like running.
Do you see the way he says this?
It's a 12.
It's a 12. It's whatever.
You know what? All right. That's good.
But I'm running, and I'm like, fuck. And then they're like, well, we got 2 minutes left, and we're at 20-minute mark. And I'm like, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to beat.
Yeah, right.
How did Mark do this? Like, I heard him.
Oh, you beat him, though.
Yeah.
You had to beat him.
No, I did. I got 3.69.
Oh, you bastard.
In 22 minutes. And
Mark's just fuming.
Mark looks at me, and he's like, you fucking asshole.
Son of a bitch. Well, because you can do the math.
And shout out to Mark. I love Mark. He's a great coach.
Yeah.
If you guys...
Hell of a guy. He's a good guy.
He's a very good guy. Yeah. Like, I would love to actually have Mark on here because he has an incredible story.
I'm sure he would come
that on. Would... I think it's very beneficial to some people because it's not just... I think his story falls along the lines of the shit I've dealt with, like addiction and shit like that. So I think he would be a good addition to have on our podcast one time. Because for him, his thing is he's always... And he said this during coaching and stuff. Like, for him, like, fitness kind of saved his life, right?
Yeah.
And so I think in a sense, like, having him on the podcast would be kind of cool, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
like, so when he tells me this shit, like, as much as I might hate it, I kind of love it because obviously, like I said, I'm a very competitive person, and I'm not an outwardly competitive person.
Yeah.
Like, anybody who knows me, I'm not
You're
like
not an ass about it.
I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna beat you. I'm just like, they'll tell me something, I'll take it in. And then that's where it stays. It stays in here in my brain, but at the same time, I'm like, you said you got this. Well, I want to beat that now.
Boy,
right? I want to fucking.
That's got to be kind of cool. I don't know my psyche. I'm like, somebody says that shit to me, and I'm like super nice outwardly, but when someone is going to do better than me and they think they're better than me, my attitude's like, yeah, fuck you. I don't give a shit. How you like that?
I don't care if they think.
Try now. How you like that?
So that's the difference.
You're gonna do it by yourself, motherfucker. You're gonna be totally alone. You're gonna be running. And you're gonna be like, "Why is this jack off running?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't know."
So I don't think I'm like better than anybody, right? I never think that.
You are.
That's not my mindset. My mindset is like,
you're better.
They say, you know what? And I'm throwing this out there. Yeah. I got 4 miles, and so my mindset is like, well, I want 4 miles too. Mm-hmm. I feel like I can do that. And so it's not like I think I'm better than you. It's just like, well, let's see.
Yeah.
So like
that's a good mentality to have. Though.
So like
that's
when we
really
did this,
a good mentality to have.
Like it's called the dry try at the at Orange Theory.
Yeah.
It's like their triathlon in a sense, right? So they had me run with the guy Andy, and so they were like, no, just run with him, and I'm like, okay, because they know it's pushing me, but it's also in a sense pushing
him because you guys are similar.
Yeah,
so you're side by
he's
side.
He's very athletic. He's he's older than I am. He's like, Army veteran. Like
but he's been like actively doing this for years.
Yeah, like So it's very motivating for me when I see that, because it's like, I'm a competitor in the sense that I want to compete and
Yeah.
I want to prove to myself that I can do this shit.
Sure.
That's what it is. It's a prove to myself.
Yeah.
It's not a I want to be better than you or
Yeah,
better than you.
it's really not about anybody else.
No, I
It's
don't give a
about
fuck. I can care less if someone's better than me.
Yeah.
Because I know anybody. There's lots of people out there better than me.
Sure.
But when I can see myself competing with people who are competing on a high level,
Yeah,
something about that like just feels good to me. Like
I gotcha.
like I'm competing with people that are essentially they're here. They're these like elite athletes, and I can
Yeah.
compete with that. Like, oh yeah,
I get that.
I got that.
I get
I
that.
can do that. Like,
Yeah.
there's a part of me that I feels like, maybe back in my day, if I would have been a little more harder on myself or something, I could have been I feel like I could have been pretty competitive. In certain
Honestly,
things.
I
love
believe
it.
if you
I
had
love
gone
it.
into the military like you thought you were going to, you probably would have ended
I
up.
thought.
Well, no,
I got into the military. I just was a bitch, and I
Well,
didn't
you
go.
thought you were going to, but you didn't. You remember that? No, you chose not to go through with it.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, had you gone through with it, and I'm kind of glad you didn't, because it could have gone bad. But
I think I would have been
I think you would have been at Special Forces.
I think I would have done
To
it.
be true,
I would've tried
true
it.
with you, I think your attitude, your mentality, what you are like, that's what you would have done.
I would have tried it.
The people would have been like, "You're not good enough," and you'd been like, "Fuck you." Now I'm going to do it because you say,
Oh, yeah,
fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, fuck
for me,
you.
I'd be like, "I don't need to be. Fuck you. I'm better than you anyway." I wouldn't
Dude,
even.
I had
feel
teachers that would
but-
tell me shit.
which
and
is bad teaching. Bad,
I had a
don't
teacher
tell
that told me
kids they're
you're gonna
pieces of
fail,
shit.
and I looked at my teacher and I said, you know what? No.
Actually, I take that back. Maybe the teacher read in you, "This kid needs me to say."
I said no.
maybe
nope,
they're a coach.
Nope. And I go, no, I'm not failing.
They're like, I don't know
And
what
what
to do.
did he do? That nigga failed me. That
Oh,
motherfucker failed me. I know I said it, but he failed me.
oh.
Tom
Jesse
says,
is 2%,
Senegalian.
and I am a
And
white guy, and
I don't
didn't
know.
say any
You
of
don't think
that,
that? You think that's why I run good?
No, I think that's just as racist as saying the end.
I know it is. Hey, that wasn't racist when I said it though.
But is it different though if somebody says a positive? Like
I said it in a
if you
positive
say
light.
African Americans are good runners,
Oh,
it's racist,
It's not racist. It's
but
the
it's
truth.
also like a compliment. Like I mean,
It's not racist.
I wish I ran fast. And
No, it's not racist. It's like there's something the way their body, their muscle
yeah,
mass is built where they're just naturally they have this running mentality. Something about their like muscle fibers and all that shit
Yeah.
that's just that they're just good at that, right?
well, I can tell you, I'm not.
White running.
Let me tell you.
What did Theo Von say?
What did
White
he
runner.
say?
He's a
I'm a
Joggers,
I was white running.
I was white running. I had
jogged.
my chest out.
And honestly, that is, yeah, but I didn't arch my back too much because here you can arch your back all you want, I guess. But for those of you that didn't listen to Theo Von, don't worry.
He's funny though.
Don't worry. He is great, you know.
But
He's very loving at the end of his whole.
yeah.
Excuse
know,
me.
It was a good time running, whatever.
Yeah.
And then this week, it's Mother's Day.
Yeah. Moving on.
Moving on. Let's just move on.
We ran. Jesse won.
I didn't win nothing, but it was fun. I felt great.
This guy ran a 7-point-something mile.
7.5 miles.
Okay, 7.5. That's obviously a big deal.
No, that's what it is.
I'm kidding. I know.
Oh, that's what it is.
I'm joking.
7 point nothing. It's
He ran
7.5.
it in an hour.
1 hour and 30 seconds.
Okay. I ran it in.
An hour and 29 minutes.
See, he knows my time.
I know everyone's time.
15 years ago, I ran it in an hour, 18 minutes.
Wait, Blanca beat you, right?
I didn't even know she passed me. I would have pushed it to beat her.
You know what? I got everyone's
I'm
time
competitive
here.
against my wife
I'm not
because
competitive
she will
against no
throw
one.
it in my face.
She will.
But you typically
Tom
I
did
don't care.
an hour and 31 minutes and 25 seconds.
There you go. And I didn't.
Blanca killed it though.
She did. And I'm
1 hour,
actually very
22 minutes.
proud of her.
My wife, she did a really good
She
job
beat
too.
me.
I was very proud
I
of
was
my
the
wife.
last of our little foursome.
I'm not gonna lie, I was very proud of Alicia. Like she did a really good
She
job.
actually told me, "Come on," as she was running.
She finished in an hour and 29 minutes and 56 seconds.
She beat me.
You know
she
what?
beat me.
You know what was cool?
That is pretty cool.
No, is I go. She goes,
I'm a fucking loser.
No.
That's super
She
cool.
goes, what do you think I'll finish on? I'm like, well, what did you finish this race on? She goes, this. I'm like, hour and a half.
Yeah.
If I'm comparing these races, you guys are gonna finish in about an hour and a half.
Sure.
Is what I think you'll do. For me, I think I'll finish in about an hour, which was right where I thought I would be. I would have been disappointed in myself if I would have finished. I was disappointed that I finished in an hour, but I also had to look at my obstacles. Right?
Well, and the truth too, like you have not trained for a 7.5 mile run.
No.
You've been running how many miles?
4 miles
All
daily.
out 4 miles.
4
And
miles
that's
daily.
Like, I mean, believe me.
On a treadmill.
At my
treadmill running so much
but
different.
At my peak, I was never. I've always been a white runner.
No. This is what I'll say. So whatever your base is, when you treadmill run, that will end up being your outside run.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when I run outdoors, when I run outside, like when I ran this race, that's about my base.
Sure.
Right? It was about an 8 minute
like you
mile.
said, though, that is considering having to weave between people. And there are times, no matter what you do and how well you... It's like NASCAR.
I think
you
I could have
try
finished...
to read the openings and take it, right?
For sure. That's how
you get in the draft of the person in front of you speed walking.
So we went to Doomsday Hill. They call it Doomsday Hill.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You know what's funny? I don't remember it being...
It's not that bad.
No. I remembered it being worse. But I did run the whole time last time. This time I was walking it. I just walked it a little bit.
Dude, this guy walks... He walks normal as fast as I run fast.
I'm a fast-ass walker.
He's like 3 steps, and then I'm still
But
12
this is
steps.
the thing that gets me.
How is that?
That's what's
crazy.
so frustrating is like literally so years ago when I was running a lot, I made it in an hour 18 minutes.
Yeah. We looked it up.
Because I've never been a huge
Thomas.
runner, but I mean, I would run without stopping 4 miles. And this is like from a guy that never did anything.
Which is good, actually.
And but I can speed walk really well. And that's kind of the crux I'm at is taller people do tend to have more wear and tear on joints and stuff over time.
Makes sense.
Because of extra weight and whatnot. And I'm not the thinnest guy.
I don't know about that, but I think it's the height.
Well, I'm carrying a little extra beyond what I should. But so it's like...
You've
I
been
don't
hitting the
know,
gym more, though. I like it.
I have, and I'll continue because I need it.
I like that you go to the gym, and sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
Because I'm not going to lie, it sucks being the only guy.
Being alone.
Oh, I'm always alone when I go to the gym.
I know.
Elise will sometimes have Kylia or Blanca.
No, and like...
For the most part, when I go to the gym, I'm kind of by myself.
I'll go with you.
I'm like alone. I'm like,
keep going
let's
with
just
you.
do
No.
this. And it's not a competitive thing. It's just like, it's nice to have someone there.
Well, yeah, because I'm not going to give you much to
I'm
compare.
like, hey.
I'm a lot better at the weights.
Elise always thinks girls are after me. That's so
That
annoying.
must be a nice problem.
No, because I don't think it's true either.
Yeah.
She thinks anyway, go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't know where I was at, but...
Anyway, she thinks one of the receptionists likes me, but I know that's not true. But she thinks the receptionist doesn't like her, but I don't know. Anyway,
Regardless, yeah.
I don't care. I'm just there to I'm just there to run, get my workout.
I actually have a lot of work people that go there.
I have
a lot of the gals.
There's a couple gals that work there that like go to the gym there that I talk to, but they're like cool, man.
Yeah.
There's this chick Hortensia, this girl Megan. Like they're cool girls. They're there to run and they're there to have fun.
Uh-huh.
They're not sitting there trying to like hit on anybody because they got their own fucking relationships, obviously.
Well, that's the thing. Most of us are just trying to not die. That's why I go to the gym.
So when we talk,
I'm at
we
the
always
age-
talk about like, what'd you do? What'd you get? What'd you get?
Yeah.
Because one of them, the girls, is like a really good runner.
Uh-huh.
And it's always nice to see where people are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
You always want to know.
Well, I'm getting better.
You're doing good.
I always question like
Elena ran the other day.
She did run.
Oh, I was so proud of her.
Blanca.
Oh my God, I was so
told her
proud of
ahead of time. She goes, I want to challenge you to run just one of the all out.
And Elena's got that competitive.
You know what she
spirit
said
in her, too.
afterwards? She goes, it was actually easier to just run.
It is easier to run.
It can be.
No, it is.
I actually enjoy the
hate-
speed walking more.
So what I hate is, so anytime I go hiking, or not hiking, if me and Nick or whatever, we do Badger,
Yeah.
I always have to run up hills because I can't walk up them.
Really? Oh,
'Cause I don't
can walk.
like how it feels.
Yeah.
I'd rather run up that bitch.
See, I'm the
slow.
opposite.
Slow. I'd rather run up that bitch slow.
Well, that's the thing. It's like we were talking about Bloomsday.
I'd rather sound like I'm getting fucked in the ass as I'm running up this hill.
Last time I did Bloomsday, I'm shit you not, like to finish that thing because I'd only been doing my 4-mile runs, right?
But how old were you?
I was 25. I was at my physical peak.
Right?
Yeah. So, and I did it 18 minutes longer than you, but now. But anyway, like I got to Doomsday Hill and I kept my head down. I was just like 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. But you know, like I didn't run at all till I graduated college. I moved back home because I was at the wonderful time where there was a recession that hit. So having a college degree. Oh yeah, I graduated 09. But basically it was
Almost 30.
oh, it was fucking nuts,
Crazy.
man.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, and they basically told us at our graduation, like, good luck. You paid us a bunch of money. It may not work out for you right now, but, you know. And so I moved home and was like looking for work.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "You're a fat piece of shit." He didn't say that.
I was like,
But
no.
my
your
dad's
dad,
a very nice guy. But
I was like,
my
your dad never said that
my dad
once.
definitely was like, buddy, it's like how I would be with Elliot. Like, I think you'll be a lot happier
if you lose
if
weight.
you're not
Such
20,
a fat fuck.
20, whatever I was, 22, 23 years old and fat as shit. And so, like,
Were you?
Oh, I was pretty heavy. I got to 250 in college.
How much are you now?
250. I weigh as much
know
as
what
the
that
day I
did?
graduated college, but I hold it a lot better now. I had the young butterface.
No, the way you carry weight is crazy because,
Thank
like I carry weight in my face, right? So when I'm fat, you know I'm fucking.
I'm 10
big.
pounds less than my
This-
heaviest.
this
I'm actually
motherfucker-
probably 245.
This guy got a fat old ass though. When he's heavy, he got a big old peach booty.
Thank you.
No, just
He
kidding.
got that big donkey.
I actually don't. I have a very white guy ass, but I carry it all in my side and my belly, which is amazing.
I carry my shit in my
girls
face.
really like that.
I carry my dick.
Thank God I got married. Yeah, all my weight goes directly to my penis. So
I wish.
that's fascinating fact. No,
So big, tuna can size,
it
bruh.
actually gets smaller when I'm.
It's small, but it's the size of a tuna can.
No.
It's an inch, but
Okay.
it's tuna can width.
I'm only joking around. No, what were we talking about?
Tuna fish.
No.
No, I know we weren't.
Oh fuck.
We were
All
talking
right.
about your dad telling you you're fat.
Yes. So the first time I ran, where my parents lived, at a Catholic church. Trying to think how far away it would be. You know where my parents live.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you know where that Catholic church with the weird yellow roof, that
Yeah,
70-ish looking. How
Yeah.
far away? Like 3/4 mile, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe
My dentist
half
is right,
mile?
right across the street.
Half
from that.
mile ish.
Yeah, somewhere around there. We'll say
3/4.
3/4.
I started with him because my dad used to be a runner. Like
Your
my
dad looks like a
My
runner.
dad has a mentality of you.
Your dad has.
My dad has the mentality of like, because he grew up more in the scenario of like the adults that didn't give a shit, right? And so my
but
dad
your
really
dad has
had
that runner's like physique.
Oh, and he did. Like when I was a kid,
What do you mean?
he
He
would
still
run
does.
from my house to my grandparents' house. You know where my grandparents lived? You know where KGH is? The old one in downtown Kennewick
The
by
one behind
Louis' house.
behind Red
Okay,
Apple.
Think Louis' house.
The one behind Red Apple.
Think Red Apple.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad would run from his current house to Red Apple, eat at their house,
That's
and
far.
then run back and see if he could beat my mom. My dad is you. That's why I love you, because
He
you're like
beat your
you're my
mom?
dad. You're my dad.
Your dad beat
Just
your
see if he
mom?
could beat her ass up.
He's like, bitch, I beat you.
He's always been extremely abusive.
No, your dad's
he's-
so. Your
he's a
dad,
very
I
nice
love. I love your dad.
My dad's a good dad.
I really
because
have so much respect for your dad.
My dad grew up a lot like what you describe, and his attitude, and this is why I admire you, is the same type of thing. He chose not to do that.
Yeah.
And
Your dad's a good guy, man. I love
He
your
he
dad
really
so
he
much.
did everything the right way, And I took it for granted, which is his goal, right? Is for his kids to not
For
know
sure.
what that's like. And so, yeah, my dad is one of my superheroes. I
Your
probably
dad's a
should
good
tell
guy.
him more.
Your dad's an amazing guy, dude.
He set
I love your
me.
dad.
The reason I teach kids and the reason that I want to make the world better is because of my dad.
Oh, that's sweet.
I never said that, but it's really the truth. Like he
Yeah, I
taught
get
me.
it.
I used to babysit neighbor kids, right? Like when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And he would always tell me, like, leave wherever you go, leave it better than you left it. Like leave
Okay.
it better than you found it. That's the
So-
right way to say it.
So that guy that does those Spartan races.
Yeah.
That his name's Andy.
Uh-huh.
He has that same motto.
Leave it better than you found it?
Yeah, in a sense, like that's.
And now
his motto.
I haven't been completely successful at that in my life.
I think you have though.
Nah. I think I had to.
The fact that you teach younger kids,
Yeah, but
you do stuff like that, like you're trying to leave them better than they.
this
were,
is true.
right? In the sense,
But
it
I've
might not
also
be
had
that
to
sense.
learn about myself. And I've talked
Of
about
course.
this before with like relationships and stuff. I feel bad about being a dick without meaning to. I'm this really nice guy, but like when I would date a girl, I wasn't always as nice. Like
that's
our family always had this way of
I'm a dick.
the way that we
now.
would handle things is we would hold it all together for people in public.
Love it.
And then we'd let loose when we were home, right? Mm-hmm. And that isn't the way everybody is.
No,
So I don't think I was always like I'm not saying I was to the point of being abusive. I hope no one ever felt like I was abusive. Or
I
anything
remember
like
you
that.
used to abuse me.
He used to just be so mean.
I remember
But no,
that.
like my so
He used to spank
I've told
me.
this before. Like my college girlfriend telling me, like she told me one time one thing that I said to her that really hurt her feelings, and it was such a dick thing to say. And I
you tell
told her
her?
at that point. I told her I got
You're
really.
glad Japan happened, or what?
This is
Like,
how I know I'm not some like
I'm
elite
glad.
human being.
Nagasaki happened.
I was really stressed out about school stuff, right? And I go, this is how hard I'm going to have to work. Like, I don't know. Like, this is going to sound so bad in today's context.
You know, who gives
And
a
even
fuck?
that
Because that's
time's
what the
context.
point of podcasts.
But the
right?
point is, I feel horrible about this.
At
So
that time.
I have learned the lesson. So I
Exactly.
said to her, you're going to have to, like, support our family because, like, if I'm this stressed out now, like... this is gonna be so bad. I mean, it was very mean. It was very demeaning. No, it was demeaning,
bro. I thought you were gonna say something crazy.
I basically told her,
if you're gonna support the family, you have to support the family because I am not ready to do that.
yeah, no, but I
You
think
Asian bitch.
I'm
Is that what you said?
probably
Is that how you said
saying
it?
it way
Did you call her an
nicer
Asian bitch, or what
to
did
make
you call
myself sound better. Basically, I told her you're gonna have to be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
The old school
Alicia
philosophy.
would have loved you.
Yeah,
You
well,
told her that shit.
that's how I used to think. I used to because my
So
mom
my
was a
wa-
stay-at-home mom with us, right?
My wife makes me feel like I'm like not a good husband because I don't let her stay at home.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. It's a new world. I've learned
It
a
is.
lot since college, but I was not nice. That was not what she ever wanted.
I get it. I'm just
And
kidding.
basically, I told her whatever you're going through doesn't matter as much as what I'm going through.
True.
I was a very
get it.
white, egocentric
Self-centered.
kid.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
And I still am sometimes. Like Blanca's concern about me is that still I can be kind of a dick. She's pretty tough. Like she's not the easiest person sometimes, but at the same time, like I have to look at that and acknowledge I do have that white thing.
Woe is me.
I used to get so annoyed about back when we started
Right.
the podcast. If you go back and you listen to our beginning podcasts, I was very annoyed about the white privilege thing.
Were you?
I was very annoyed by it because
I understand it,
I
right?
felt like it meant something.
More than it is.
Yeah, but now where we're at now in society, where I see the things that have led certain actions to take place, I am all in on the fact that there's white privilege.
So there is white privilege
Yeah.
in the sense that like because
I should say I've depersonalized it.
well no, don't get me wrong, I'm Hispanic, I'm Senegalian. Sorry guys.
2%. You're as black as I am, brother. I'm sorry to tell you, but
I got a big dick. Sorry.
It's all
It's
centralized.
all in my dick.
Yeah. I'm black too. No. Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I may look 5'7", but my dick's 5'8".
Yeah.
Hey.
Proportions are all
Just
off,
kidding.
you know.
It's 5'6". But anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that. But like
The white privilege thing.
white privilege, like I
I don't think
can
it's a
see
winning point to say that.
I don't
but-
think it. I don't think it's a thing where people need to be like, "Oh, white privilege," because I think that's kind of a cop out, right?
Sure.
I think when people use the term white privilege, I think they use that as a cop out because it's easy to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
well, you got this because of white privilege.
But see, I used to
understand. Well,
overlook that side of it.
well, no,
you know?
And what I'm getting at is the fact that don't get me wrong, there is a point where
Yeah.
being white, there probably
Could be an advantage.
there is an advantage, right?
Yeah.
And I'm about to say, I'm making this is all made up, right? There's a point where it's like, hey, a cop pulls me over, he sees that I'm white, he's gonna let it go a little more lenient because maybe I am drunk, but he's gonna be a little more lenient because I'm
The
white.
drunk thing probably.
Well, no. Get what?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
No. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because you could drink and you can still pass a UA or a
DUI
test, whatever.
Yeah. Breathalyzer. You can
Whatever it
drink
is.
and you can pass that.
Well, I'm just going off examples,
Okay,
right?
all right.
This don't be literal.
I get too
bruh.
detailed. I'm sorry.
Stop being literal.
Sorry.
Basically,
Yes.
if you use white, most white guys are gonna be like, okay, hey, can you count to 4? Yeah, I just counted I counted to 8, right? Oh, cool.
You know that's all the cops ask us when we get pulled over.
So basically,
You count
right?
to 4.
This motherfucker counted 8.
I counted to
They
12.
were like, dude, he's
blew
so
his
good.
mind. He goes, "This is the whitest motherfucker
And
I've
then
ever
they
seen."
come when it becomes not a white privilege scenario. It's
Okay.
more like, can you count to 20, right? And then this motherfucker sounds drunk when he's counting to 20. Then
It's only when I hit 18 that I.
and then they're like,
Yeah.
no, and you're like, what? You sound like you're drunk. Blah 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 blah. Like, there's a point where I think the white
Maybe we
privilege.
got a little bit drunk.
No. I think there's a point.
Yeah.
My point is,
I gotcha.
I think there's a point where white privilege takes over because either white people or whoever takes over, whatever happens. Yeah, okay, Tom's drunk, whatever.
Yeah.
But then when white privilege takes over, Jesse, when he talks, he sounds more drunk, or he sounds more stupid, or something about him is just a little off than Tom. And it's
So white privilege is how we carry our alcohol.
well, no, it's not that sense.
No, I gotcha.
We're gonna say
how someone looks at you doing the
Officer
same
Johnson.
thing.
Officer Johnson is gonna look at Tom
Yeah.
Parham and say, Tom Parham. He's a little buzzed. I get
Sure.
you. I got you.
He's buzz driving.
He's
which
buzz-
is
we-
not drunk driving. We all know that.
Let's put this in perspective. We've all drank 8 ounces.
Okay.
Right?
In this scenario,
Tom Parham has drunk 4 ounces.
I drunk that.
Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Tom Parham's that. Jesse Barber, or Jesse, the way he looks at me, Jesse Barber, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm brown, obviously.
He expects to be Mendoza or something.
He's like Jesse
but
Mendoza or Rodriguez or whatever the fuck I thought
That's
he was.
something a racist cop actually said to Jesse, by the way.
He did. And then he goes,
Bullshit.
oh, this guy drank 19 ounces.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I drink the same ounces as this motherfucker. Well, no, I think you drink this much. So we're gonna like say you're fucking drunk.
Uh-huh.
Whereas, even though me and Tom start at the same time, somehow it ends up me being more drunk or something's wrong with the way I'm doing things, because the way white privilege works is
I pull out this white card.
no, it's not even that. It's just like, well, no,
Yeah, I do.
in a sense.
Hey, guys.
No, in a sense,
No.
see, and that's a white privilege talk the way he's talking.
See,
The way he's talking is that's white privilege, right?
Yeah.
Is there's a point where it's just like, come on, man. I'm Tom Barham. Motherfucker, I'm Tom Barham.
No, it's so true.
And
it's
then
so
like,
true.
Then
That's
I
the
come on
point.
like, hey, I'm Jesse Barber.
I'm
like,
Jesse Barber. And
they're like, whose identity did
Yeah.
you steal?
And
Who did you do this from? And she's like,
see,
no, I'm
and
still
that's
this.
it. I have an example from today.
You know what I mean?
Let me show you an
I'm
example
not
from today.
saying that's how it
kind of
is.
extreme because honestly, like
It's extreme.
they're gonna take either of us to jail if we drink and drive.
They are, but let me
give this example. Walmart. I went to Walmart. So we Blanca and I went to
Walmart.
we went to eat
At Walmart.
and we were in the parking lot of Walmart at this burger joint. Okay.
It's called Burger
And
King,
it's called
'cause
Burger
there's,
Joint.
There's no fucking other.
No,
Walmart.
dude, I told you. The other burger place.
Richland.
The burger place.
Charboiled
That
burger.
charboiled burger thing. I just spit everywhere. So she was going to go to Walmart. I was going to go to get all this shit from Home Depot for the.
That was gross.
You just chugged the whole thing.
I just had to.
Damn.
There's no ice in it. Go
I
ahead.
am
Burger King.
slow drinking. But doesn't matter.
I'm a loser.
Still a little bit.
Losers do that.
Still feel a little bit.
I'm a loser.
bit.
My wife thinks I'm a loser.
You're not a loser.
Go ahead.
But anyway, let's. White man
loser.
talking here, Jesse.
Big
White
loser talking.
Man talking. Please shut
White
up.
man talking. Please shut up, you
Please shut up.
Senegalian piece of shit.
Dude,
Bro.
your Senegalians really taking over right now, and it's starting to get on my nerves.
I think that's why I'm so
I
good
don't know
at
if you
running.
know this. DEI's fucking dead.
I
okay?
think that's why I'm good at running.
It could be. That's the 2%.
Oh,
that
dude,
gives you
I'm
that
so
kick
good.
in. Okay. So, and there
Oh,
actually in our
baby.
area, the funny thing is, this is probably going to get me canceled more than saying
Me
the
saying the
N-word.
N-word?
Yeah.
Me saying the
No,
N-word? Okay,
truly.
go ahead.
Like, this is more controversial in our area than saying the N-word.
He said,
But this is how I feel. My heart needs to say this.
I love
I
get it.
I went to Home Depot. This is white privilege right here. I went to Home Depot.
and you voted for Trump. Go ahead.
No, I
Keep
actually
going.
never voted for Trump. I've never been a Trump supporter. You know that is my one. Do not tell me I'm a Trump supporter.
He's lying.
Okay,
I'm just kidding. He's
I am not lying.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
That's how you know he.
So
I
I
can get him that easy.
I went to.
I'm just gonna throw it out.
So I
there
had a
every
bag of shit
time.
from
Gross.
Home Depot.
That's disgusting. But go ahead.
Of pieces that I needed for my irrigation system in this bag from Home Depot.
Okay.
I'm like, this is the irrigation parts, but I'm like, I'm a rule follower. Okay. So I'm like, I know I probably shouldn't walk into Walmart with a bag because they're going to like be like, why are you coming in here with a bag? But I go, you know what my thought was? They're not going to stop me.
Okay.
This is my point about white privilege. That is white privilege. I made a choice. I'm going to take this bag in with me to Walmart, and no one's going to say anything.
They're not.
And I did, and nobody said a fucking thing. Now, the interesting thing, I gave it to Blanca halfway through. She got arrested. No, she didn't.